What's up, evening all? Another chill Sunday stream, or so I hope. I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna be an interesting one today. What I want to do is take a look at Xenothreat, the dynamic event that is for the first time in the game moved to the Stanton Pyro jump point. That's come in, and I just want to kind of clarify what I've put in the title and where I'm going with this. But first, good evening to Citizen Ninja, Speaks No Evil, Zaveth, Sebastian, Limited Respawns, and anyone else who was lurking in chat. Good evening, all. We'll start this stream, because I think I'm going to need it, with a can of cider from Stofords. I'm not sponsored by Stofords. If anyone happens to work for them, I'd be interested, but cheers. So, here's where we are at the minute. I want to take a look at Xenothreat. And between me, you, good evening, Avi, good to see you, buddy. Between me, you, and the Gatepost, I've been struggling with Star Citizen probably over the last month or so. This is nothing new to anyone. And when I say struggling, let's not be dramatic about it. I'm not enjoying the game at the moment in the way that I don't enjoy many games that I play. For a little while, I'll go off them and then I'll come back to them again. So that's where we are. What I wanted to do is see Xenothreat, because it brings together so many of the things that they've been doing with this patch. So they've been trying to bring together master modes and the cargo changes and the big cargo containers and all that sort of good stuff. So I want to give it a go and give it another fair shake, because I will admit I've tried to pre-position myself in Pyro, the Stanton Pyro jump system, jump point. It's been tough. Twice I've exploded through random. One of them I think was something floating in the air. It was like a ship, but it wasn't. It was just the guns. That caused me to explode. Another time I just randomly exploded in the middle of nowhere. And then another time I got hit by a PvPer without really realising what was going on, because I'd nipped to the loo. So I came back just in time to see their name flash across my screen and die. So it's been a bit of a run today, shall we say? And for those reasons, I've kind of been struggling with wanting to come and play stuff, because, like I've said to you guys before, if you're not enjoying something, you probably shouldn't play it. So I'm going to break my own rule, and we're going to play it. So if you are in, if you want to come and join, please do. Jump into the menus if I'm already in your friends list. If not, use the Discord to come and say hi. I'll give you my game name. You can add me, and we'll go and play Star Citizen through the. We'll do it all in the menus, and we'll have a game. I'll get a group together. We can discuss Euros. Yeah, so it's just past halftime in the Euros. England won, Serbia 0. So I feel like I can leave that and come back, safe in the knowledge that England will spoof that and it'll be 2-1 by the time it's finished to Serbia. But yes, so yeah, I exploded randomly twice early today. Citizen Limited. I feel the same lately. My initial response was to say that I'm glad it's not just me, but that's not true, right? That's not how I should be feeling about it. I should be wanting you guys to have a better experience. But it's unfortunate, and I think a lot of people are. I think those that are flying are struggling with master modes. I'm just in that point where there's not a lot of the game that I'm enjoying at the moment. I think it's probably because at the moment I'm really enjoying a very story-driven, very narrative, very immersive, emotionally evoking game. And Star Citizen at the moment for me is the opposite of all those things. So that's just where I am. I'm in the mood to play something very story-driven, and gives me choices and makes me wonder whether I'm doing the right thing, and that's the sort of thing that I want to play right now. So that being said, we're going to give this a go, and if you are around, just hit me up in the game. I'll drag you guys in and we'll have a go. AV says, every time I've jumped to the event, it would lag or lock the ship uninteractable, and then it was 50-50 if I was explode or get control of the ship again. Yeah, I'm not holding my breath, shall we say. Which is fine, right? This is just, it's one of those things where sometimes you enjoy the game, sometimes you don't, and there's not much you can kind of do about it, right? So yeah, so I've sent a few invites out. Jadoma, I see you. Striker, you're there. Zavath, Stack, invites sent. So hopefully, we'll get a group together and we'll have a go. I've just got my armor set about 30 minutes ago. Nice, man. Good stuff. I actually haven't checked whether or not I've got my armor. I probably should do that, shouldn't I? Let's go and have a look. In the nicest possible way. I'm not going to open my... I'm not going to log into my hangar in front of you guys. I love you all, but no. That's not happening. So yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, I mean, how's everyone else's? Has anyone else tried the event this weekend? What's everyone's luck been like? Limited gives us some advice for life. Sometimes you play the game, and sometimes the game plays you. Yeah, for realsies. AV says, hate to say it, but currently the same. Got the F7A. It's unfortunate, but the level of irritation is iffy for me for a set of armor. Yeah, I agree with that. So we'll see. What I'm hoping right now is that we will get a this will go some way to making people enjoy the patch a little bit more, and going from there. So no set of armor for me so far, but that's okay. So yeah, if you're going to join us, let us know. I shall grab you in game and we shall go from there. If not, then just send me a message on the Discord, and I will get you an invite as required. Yeah, and then once I'm in the stream, we'll jump across to the Discord, and hopefully I'll be able to have some of that volume in there as well. But yeah, it's been a bit of an interesting one. Because I feel like I've had a bit of a negative slant to this at the moment. Yeah, for those new to this, there isn't a bug. Red isn't necessarily the enemy. We have to look at the names. Yeah, basically, I think at the moment it's doing this thing where it's basically even if you target stuff by accident, it can light you up as hostile. It's part of the whole, being locked up could be conceived as a hostile act sort of thing. So yeah, there's some bugging issue going on. Make sure it's an NPC name before you shoot at it. But yeah, all the ships at the event are red for some reason as well. Do you know what? I won't make it on for another 30 minutes as respawns. That's fine. We'll give it a go and we'll see where we get there. But whether we get there. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, I think, because we know that it's struggling at the minute. We know they've just made the massive changes with master modes, and we'll see whether or not this feels like it's coming together. It might be that we all play Xenothreat and go, "Oh, I get what they were trying to achieve now." I'm not sure if that's going to be the case or not. Some really nice intro, courtesy of the UE Pathfinders, the video that they brought out for us to watch. So yeah, I might just flip us over very quickly. We can have a look at that, and we'll talk a little bit about what's going on. The interesting part of the fact that they are not necessarily pushing the ship thing hugely. I mean, when I first looked, there wasn't even a place to go and get it on the main page. You had to go to another page. I believe that's still the same thing, right? So yeah. But yeah, and then I think we've got different war bond deals on different days. I think it's the Eclipse today. Yesterday might have been I can't remember what it was yesterday. The Retaliator, I think. So yeah, so there's war bonds. If you're on the lookout for war bonds and you want to go pick those up to make things a little bit cheaper for yourself, then of course there's always that to happen as well. So yeah. So let's jump across very quickly and we'll have a look at exactly what is going on the main page. Okay, so Rowena Dooley is the kind of NPC that we're interacting with, our Civilian Defence Force liaison. For those that aren't aware, the CDF, or the Civilian Defence Force, are basically a civilian militia stood up to assist the advocacy or the military in times of high threat. So they are kind of like almost like a paid militia to go and give a hand. So yeah, let's have a look at the video for the intro. This is where it doesn't want to do it, isn't it? This is what I love about CIG and its things. I'm clicking a lot on that. Well done, CIG. You've done that really well. Okay. Yeah. So we've got basically different phases as we go through. And in effect, you sign up. Is the first part. You get yourself to the Stanton Pyro jump point, which is where it used to take. Previously, it was at INS Jericho, which was located near Microtech. That has now changed. So you're going to go and basically the UES Warhammer, which is a huge Javelin class destroyer, needs supplies. We're going to go pick up those supplies to be able to resupply it. The interesting part on the supply front I found the other day, although it doesn't seem... Is this they did a guide for this whole thing as well, but it doesn't look like this is the guide. So we'll have a look back at the main bit. Did you do a guide? Did you not do a guide? Is that the thing? I don't even know anymore. I don't understand how they make it so hard to find the basics. Stop making it hard to find the basics. Here we go. Okay, so this was the page that I looked at. Of course, it's not going to let me do that either. So I'm going to load that up in a different window while we're talking. But the bit that I found really interesting from this is you're going to go and sign up. We're going to get the cargo. Now, they've added a cargo. For those that remember before, there were 3 different types. There were these containers, which basically, once you remove them from their containment unit, counted down until they were basically would explode or deal you damage. There were containers that couldn't be damaged, like these ones, and then there were the ones that couldn't be quantum, so they had to be moved in your fastest ship. It was about, I think, 60k, something like that, so it was a fair old distance. They've also now added 16 SCU containers of Dynaflex, which is like an armor reinforcing material, so we've got that to go and do as well. So they're really kind of adding in a little bit more of the cargo gameplay. Apologies if you can hear the helicopter in the background. I live near a naval base, so every so often you get big old helicopters flying over, even though it is Sunday evening, and they should have better things to do. So, let's have a look. Bonk. Bonk. Okay.
Xenothreat raiders broken into the Stanton system and attacked vital resupply convoys. It is our mission to repel their forces and recover these supplies.
Be advised, we are 10 clicks from wreck site.
Engaging. Hades, we're engaged with about 6 fighters. Over. Flush walk.
Contact front.
Contacts rear.
Contact down.
Nice work.
The Xenothreat Idris has just shown up. Be advised, the enemy Idris is wide open for the assault. Launch the boarding attack now.
Drop.
Multiple contacts in hangar.
On your left! Hero, get upstairs.
Take a left down this corridor.
Grenade!
So quite a nice little video. They've added obviously two elements. The first part is this cargo bit that they've added. The second part is the fact that the Idris can now actually be boarded, modeled interior, just like we'd seen when they first tested it and they had it out in the verse doing its thing. They now want to do this, where we can actually board it during the game. Exactly that, Limited. Just a shout out to the Pathfinders. They are an actual guild. Or an org that go around and do this stuff. The briefings you hear, that's what they actually do. They're a Milsim org. It's all organised. You've got uniforms that you wear, sets of armour. You have roles. You can be ship crew. You can be pilots. You can be Marines. They do the whole thing. So if you want to find out and go and have a look, go and give them a shout. Similarly, if you want to go and see Idrises fighting each other, then have a look at Daily Noob's stream over on Twitch. He will very regularly kind of go and steal one of these things, and then they take it and fight other Idrises with it, and that looks really cool. And hey, if we can achieve that today, that'll be great. But we'll see kind of how we get on. So let's see how many people I have lined up waiting to go. I'm just going to see how many more I need to add. I think that looks like there's going to be 4 of us for the time being, which is not a bad time to go. Gents, I'm going to pull us in now and see if we can get ready to go. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah, and like Limited, it would be great to look that good and be that good and to feel as powerful as all that. I'm just not sure. How close we're going to get. If you want to jump into voice in Discord with Jodomo and I, I'll be in there in just a second. I don't know if I've got it set up to be heard on stream, but we'll see how we go. But yeah, and I have faith in the game stream holding up because we've done it a couple of times previously and it seems to have gone all right. And now that I've said that, it's all going to go horribly, horribly wrong. You watch. But yeah. Okay. But you fellas down in the lobby, just make sure you've changed your spawn points if you haven't already. What's up? I think I'm still running around pretty much in the nud, yeah. So simple loadout this time. I think I'm basically missing everything that I kind of need. I didn't bring a multi-tool with me because I was trying to do this rapidly before the stream. I didn't bring a backpack with me, but that's fine. I don't really tend to go and grab that much loot right now. So yeah, we'll give it a go and see if it plays. Let's. I need an email stabilizer to bring any. Yep, good. Laser pointer. Nice. Gun. This is probably one of my favourite loadouts at the minute. I like the Coda just because I like the Coda. Is this where we're going? Am I not even going to be able to gear my... See, and this is the reality, right? And I showed a couple of people the other day, is that the beginning of these streams now, the beginning of these videos, there's a video from, or an ad from CIG, and someone said, oh no, they're not, they're referral codes, and they're not. Because I went to sign up and I went to purchase, and there is no referral code. There's no promise of 5,000 extra credits, it's just taking you straight. So this is actually now being kind of advertised directly by CIG as something with quote-unquote massive space battles and everything else. And it shouldn't be, because this is not a functioning game. If your game can't work to the point where, you know, I can't equip a gun, then it's not a game per se, and advertising it as such is misleading, really. Yeah, it is AV, absolutely. It's starting to play up a little bit, so we're going to have to do this slow time, I think. But, you know, advertising it as something that is working, and you can do massive space battles, and you can do this, that, and the other thing. It's like, no, we can't. That's not what we can do on this at all. Random naked dude in the background, that's worrying. You know, so the people that should be coming, and that's not me saying that people shouldn't be coming in, people shouldn't be trying to play, blah, blah, blah. That's not the point I'm making. Simply put, the point that I'm trying to make is that, you know, this should be something where the people that get involved in this are the people that are dead keen for it, the people who really want to give it a go, the people who know the bugs, accept the bugs, and are quite happy to play along regardless. It, in its current state, is not something that should be being advertised, is my feeling to it. But yeah. So, Shroud played it and thought it was horrendous. Shroud's not wrong. You know, of course, the other thing at the time with this is it's through get my words right. Put my falsities back in. It's through free plays and such. Sometimes when somebody play it, I don't know when he did, but that can be quite challenging. You know, but there's that. I think, are we station locked? Just judging by everyone standing around, does that mean that ships aren't actually spawning?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Does anyone have a ship they want to give it a go?
Welcome
have we got a mass combat ship that people want to use, or? Well, I mean, I've got a hammerhead, but I don't think that's going to play too well in this.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
He probably didn't get free stuff, so bad marked it. Possibly.
Please visit us again.
You know, although it's not like Shroud's wanting for cash, right? So yeah, I'm going to jump into Friday Night Ops very quickly and see if you can hear those guys. I probably need to put myself on push to talk as well. Gentlemen, how are we? Good. I don't know if we can hear you on stream or not, but we'll find out. Yes, mate. Yeah, I don't think we're hearing you in the on the stream. I might just add you guys as a. Yeah, sure. Yeah. So we'll give this a go, and we'll see how it lands. I need to do wavelength. Can someone just talk to me for a couple of seconds, please? Yes, mate. I can hear you. Unfortunately, my system does not, so I won't be able to add you just yet. So you won't appear in stream. So I'm just gonna give myself a modifier so that when I'm talking to stream, I'm not killing the comms for you guys. That should be that. Okay, so yeah, that's where we are. Let's see if we can draw a ship out. I'm gonna go and grab something.
To the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
There's a Vanguard we could try. Gladiator. What are you guys thinking? Should we grab a ship between us, or? Let's have a look what contract we've got. I'm not actually seeing the priority mission thing at the minute. Apparently I abandoned that one. Good. So. Yeah. So, I mean, straight away issues. It seems the mission isn't up. Of course, it isn't. So I'm just going to go grab a multi-tool and the other things that I need. Basically, one of the recommendations is that you go grab yourself a multi-tool, you run around with that, and you are able then to, you know, kind of shift cargo and whatnot. Yeah, no, I realise you can't hear chat. We'll sort that out in a bit. But yeah, unfortunately, this is very much where we are at the minute, and this is why right now I'm kind of having a bit of a rough time convincing myself that it should be played. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm not and I don't think anyone else is having too much of a good time with it either. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's running smooth enough for the stream. I'm getting a bit rate warning, so it's obviously struggling a little bit, but you know, let me know in chat if it seems to be going okay. It does tank my frames quite a bit to stream this at the same time, but you know, we'll put up with it. And look, guys, if it doesn't seem to want to play the whole time, then very likely what I'll do is I'll call it early, because it's just, it's really quite hard to, you know, to justify it. And it's tough, right? I can't give you guys the kind of the enthusiasm and that sort of kind of positivity about the game, and I don't feel like a lot of the time I'm just trying not to get pissed off with it. If I'm being honest, I enjoy playing the Evo test, says Avi, but I don't play much lately either. Server performance is kind of taking the fun out for it now. Yeah, and I'm guessing for a lot of people on the stream, right? Because I'm watching the concurrent viewer numbers drop. This is frankly the lowest I think I've seen since I don't know, about a month after I started doing this. So I don't know whether everyone's off in Jersey, which I really hope they are. Or it's just because it's the quality of the stream, or when I'm saying off. That's kind of driven people. Yeah. If he doesn't want to play, then guys, I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to kick the ass at it. You know, it is, you know, and there's only so much that we can do in terms of. You can see this is struggling. I guess the only thing, one of the things we should be thankful for really is that they. Okay. The guys chat. That hopefully come and join you in a little while, and we'll do that, but we'll do that offline. So I'm gonna Discord link up for everybody, so that you can come into Discord if you want to, and we'll try this, but we'll try this not on stream, because it's just not. It's not wanting to play much, so I'm not going to force it. I'll stay and chat with you guys for a little bit. This is why I'm kind of here. But I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna admit defeat on the streaming it sort of side. Yeah, and this is kind of unfortunately it, right? Is you kind of come in and you think, right, I'm going to get to grips with it, and it's very hard to to kind of muscle your way through to enjoy a game when the game just doesn't seem to be doing anything to help you. I won't say it's actively trying to stop you. Clearly, the devs aren't trying to do that. But it is a bit of a struggle when you're trying to make it happen. And the game is just not interested. There's no mission. When there is a mission, you can't get out of the station because everyone's left everything in all of the hangars. Yeah. I think this is kind of... I think potentially here, there are lessons for CIG to learn, which is this isn't just going to go away, right? They're trying to up the servers to what? We're somewhere between 120 and 200 at the minute. We've done playtests with 800. And it's all well and good getting more players on, but even with instanced hangars, thinking about microtech for the moment, that spaceport, if only 20 or so people could be going into or out of a hangar at any one time, because you've only got that many external doors, right? Because you may have instance hangars, you can have 1,000 instance hangars, but when you look at the spaceport externally, there are only so many doors. And if you can't have enough doors open, then, you can only have however many external doors you've got, hangars actually interacting with the outside world at any one time. And what we're finding here is these stations, whilst they look big, are not big enough. The main landing zones, whilst they look big, are not big enough. And this reality, I think, is going to force them to have to do something else in the way that they're working stuff out. Because as we're finding out at the moment, these dynamic events, what they are doing and what they're going to continue to do, even when we get pyros, they're going to put a lot of players in one area. And then we get situations like this where we can't then manage to get everyone kind of working in that one space at the same time because of the spawns and everything else. Yeah, it's a little bit rough. It's ironic, says AV, that the higher player servers ran better for me than the Xenothreat does. I was enjoying the pyro and meshing tests. This patch with the performance hit from duping and free fly, and now Xenothreat is just painful. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't argue with that at all. This is something that, and again, there's been so many changes. We don't know whether this is the replication layer. We don't know whether this is because the Idris now has fully formed interiors. Is this the fact that there's wrecks everywhere? Is this the fact that all the cargo now is being fully recorded and monitored and modeled? Is it a combination of the above? And I think, worryingly, the devs are likely to have similar issues in digging through. It's going to take them a while to dig through all the data and figure out precisely what is going on and where the problem with all this lies. But yeah, I guess we'll find out in the near future. I guess one of the things that never really crossed our minds when we looked at CitizenCon, and more to the point when the content of 323 became apparent at the end of last year and just how much they were going to wedge into it, one of the things that didn't seem to cross many people's minds, myself included, was how good are CRG going to be at managing the change, at managing the rate that things go into the game. How good are they going to be at making sure that when they initiate those changes, it's easy to track what's being affected to a single source rather than going, well, hey, space combat doesn't feel great, but is that because we've massively upped time to kill? Is that because of server performance? Is that because of master modes? And the answer at the moment would be, I'm guessing they have no idea. We're probably not much better off. So yeah, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a little bit I think challenging the next couple of patches potentially. But yeah, this is not, unfortunately, my favorite experience. It's a shame, obviously, that it doesn't work on stream. What I will try and do is sometime during the week, maybe I'll try and catch some Xenothreat footage, put together in a video. But it is kind of, it is a challenge at the moment. Respawn says, designing a game isn't the same as not running a live service. They're good at one, bad at the other, but overall very slow. Yeah, 100%, mate. And the problem is they're doing both at the same time, which doesn't help. And that mix, it's almost, I guess, impossible to know the difference and to identify what the differences are. And that's not something that they seem to be doing at the minute. Because, there are priorities. The priorities of designing something and building it from the ground up and implementing new tech and new systems at this stage is not compatible necessarily with running a live service, as we're finding out at the minute, as the issues with the servers are presenting. Basically, the sooner they can get server meshing in and start to work to the challenges and have server meshing start to alleviate some of these challenges, the better. Because until that happens, this just isn't going to go anywhere. Yeah, it's a pain. And I don't know. How are people finding this? Hey, Daily Noob. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, we're having a bit of a rough one, mate. Trying to get in, change my spawn point to the Stanton Pyro jump point. We're station locked, so we can't get out of the station, can't spawn ships, can't do any of that stuff. The stream's struggling a bit as well with displaying everything. I died 4 times trying to get there, that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's been a rough kind of experience. But if my not being happy with the game is not what you're looking for in kind of a streaming experience, and regardless, you should absolutely be looking at Daily Noob's channel down in chat. I'm going to link it just a second, but Daily Noob streams on Twitch. He's streaming 5 or 6 days a week, I think, at the moment. Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. But yeah, does a really, really good job over there of positive gameplay, games with the community, and doing fun things that are, reflect all the new patches. So absolutely go and check him out. Just top creator, top streamer. So go and check him out. Yeah, absolutely. And hands down, the sexiest man on Twitch. So there you go. It's many reasons to go and look at his stuff. But yeah, so we've had lots of not fun, I'm afraid. This is probably, just saying, Daily, this is probably kind of the lower end or lowest end streaming numbers I've had in probably since a couple of weeks after starting streaming. And I'm hoping it's because everyone's really enjoying Xenothreat and not wanting to kind of sit around and watch streams. But yeah, it's just unfortunate that, my stream or my Star Citizen stream sometimes can end up playing a little bit like a slideshow. So I'm hoping at some point this year to get an updated internet package and something that's much faster. The problem at the UK at the minute is most of the contracts are written so that they can increase the price as much as they want and as many times as they want. And funnily enough, that is not enticing to customers who are looking to change, which is why I keep talking about it and not actually doing it. It's not that I can't be bothered, it's that I don't want to be tied into a 2-year contract where they can do whatever they want with the price, because that seems like a really, really shit idea, frankly speaking. So yeah, unfortunately, that's where we are at the minute. But yeah, so Daily Noobs link in chat. There we go.
Once the gals come off this, they can't be connected to anything.
Have a play with them. So
I mean
and see how he gets on, because he's a very, very good streamer, very entertaining, and I lurk, Noob, a little bit more than I'm willing to admit. I spend a fair amount hiding in the back of your channel. So yes, when I'm doing other things and stuff. But yeah, other than that, mate, I'm just kind of, sat here drinking myself to death because Star Citizen. Wow, AV. I hope that's the case. Because that would be incredible, right? That would be absolutely incredible. But yeah, works for them, locking people in, right? But yeah. Yeah, I'd love to, Nate. So Daily Noob's going to teach me how to fly. Once they fix the nonsense that is master modes, Daily is going to teach me how to fly decoupled. So we'll do some videos and some streams on that, and that's going to be crazy to kind of have a go at. Really looking forward to that. And there are other things in the works that I won't quite talk about yet, but we've got some fun coming. So yeah. And that's kind of I think the key thing with Star Citizen all the way through, right, is that on your own it can be a struggle, but playing along with people, that's it makes it so much better, because then when you're getting wound up, someone else can do the flying for you or whatever, right? And you can kind of build off other, or you can kind of leech almost off other people's positivity and just kind of absorb that and feel less narked about stuff. And maybe that's my problem at the minute, is because I'm trying to do a lot of this on my own and do it off stream, because I know that my stream doesn't always like doing it. Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I just need to get some beefier kit in a streaming PC, but that's a very long way down the line. So for the moment, I think mainly during videos, and then these streams will kind of keep to the Q&A. And if I can do a little bit of that stuff, I will do. And then we'll try and get a few more community games going. And, I'm really hoping to catch up with the guys in Discord in just a moment. Because, as I said, without that, I don't really have a lot to talk about this time round. Just because, the making ship up, the 2 videos that they put together, I really didn't find much in them. Maybe I need to give it another go again, but we'll see. So yeah, keep an eye on the community page and stuff like that, because if there are any Great War Bond deals or that sort of thing that happens over the next few days, then I'll put some news up and that sort of stuff. But as we said before, I'm struggling. Not with the stream. Not with interacting with you guys. Not with wanting to see Star Citizen through. It's just right now, dealing with Star Citizen as it is, it's becoming more frustrating. And I've always said that this was going to be a hobby. I've always said that this is a passion project and this is an enthusiasm project. And right now I'm struggling with that. So I hope I can beg your indulgence. I'm going to step away from the stream for today. I'll do my best to make up with it over the coming week or so with some video content, even if it's just a chat one. And I'll kind of bring something else. But as you can probably tell, I'm not at the top of my game right now. And I probably need to just spend the evening chilling and then working next week, and then we'll come back to it. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, because I don't want to be here and piss people off. AV says, Master Mode and ship fixes are going to be a while, given Yogi's comments a little while back. Not any notable fixes and adjustments in 323.x. Absolutely. Yeah, so Daily Noob says, we're feeling it as well, dude, but if you even need help getting the events done, let me know. That goes for all of you. Love helping out where I can. Yeah, absolutely. There's loads of people that fly with Noob, so when you can, get over to his stream, and you will absolutely blast through this stuff, and you'll have an awesome time doing it. Jumping on and crewing the Idris, taking it over. Noob streams are a lot of fun and built around having a community play along, so can wholeheartedly recommend. I do apologise that I'm drawing it early. I'm just, out of sorts, I think. But I will be back. This isn't the be all and end all. It's just a case of sometimes you really don't enjoy a game, and forcing it makes it worse. So I'm going to draw it to a close there. It's been a pleasure seeing you all. I'm sorry to let you down like this, but I am just, I think, going to have to crack on regardless. You've been watching Jinkers with Gaming Problems. Thank you very much for stopping by. See you soon.